Yo, make sure my mic is on. Yeah, it is. Okay, I'm back. Today, because there's less than 2 weeks left before the next Otus Chaos, or excuse me, before the league is over, at least this one. I wanted to do Otus Chaos, but we're still gonna do no health. We're gonna see how far it gets us. It should be easier than regular because we're actually gonna get stronger weapons. So we'll see. Our max with no health regular Otis was 23, I think. I'm guessing we could get to 30 at least. But we'll find out right now. The game looks different to me right now, but that's because I've been playing games that aren't like that don't look like this pretty much. That aren't really like what's the word, like realistic, I guess. Realistic looking. I've been playing Apogea, which is an MMO, and it's like it's top down. It's what is it? It doesn't its art style is like pixely. I forgot what is it pixel art? I don't know, but it's that, whatever that is. And then the other game I've been playing is a stealth game called Sticks.
Area cleared.
And that game is also like cartoonish looking. So it doesn't look like this. But yeah, good to be back. So I haven't been practicing. So that might be bad for me. We're still the same rows as the other 2 times I've done the challenge now. Let's see, I think Felna got 52 or something like that, 53. Let's go with Valvida. We are gonna want a better one though, or a faster weapon later. So we'll swap it out. So it's just a base one. Um, yeah, like you got that score. I honestly think I could beat it if I played normal. It doesn't seem that high, especially in this game mode. Like in regular Otis, it'd be harder. But in this one, it doesn't seem too bad. Oh, right. I almost got it. Forgot. I need to remember. Grab the health and you get the invitation builder. You just have to get out lucky, pretty much. It's like a lot of RNG. It's both more RNG in this, but less at the same time because you're guaranteed to get like good stuff. Maybe not like exactly what you want, but like at least blue weapons. And so you're already like better than you were in regular Otis. Damn, this chest piece isn't breaking, huh? So that's what I mean, like, by it's like technically easier. Like, you get stuff, good stuff early. Cause you notice it's all just base 1. So in here, it should be easier to get higher. than it is regular. Like it doesn't matter. It's less about getting to the floor that you would normally get the weapon. So like in Otus Towers, you get certain weapons. In regular Otus Towers, you get certain weapons at certain points. So you really want to get to that point so that you could have the build that you want. But in here, it's a similar thing because you still want. There's like everyone has like their thing that they want. But it's if you know how to use like all of the weapons. And I feel like a lot of the weapons are pretty easy to use. Besides maybe I think the exceptions, or I think the only exception, at least in terms of melee. Hold on, let me choose what I want here. Let's go on Theros. Maybe I should have gone Quake to Flesh it though, just to have an ability. But to be honest, I'm gonna build up a lot of energy with the current weapons I have, so it's fine. What was I saying? The weapon that feels the hardest to use, like off the bat, like with no practice, I would say it's probably Valvida, just because of its animations and its slow hits, and then maybe I guess K9 as well though. But that one is like Valvida, you'll more than likely get hit because you're using it like you would any other weapon, and because it's so slow, and the combos, some of them come out like I guess a little slower, like you'll probably get hit on this one right here, on the second. Watch. This one will get you hit, but that's also the one that you could cancel out of like after one hit, because then you could hold it and then go for but you could stop. So there's a little like learning to it. I mostly think you should do one hit, especially if the enemies are fast, and then I got unlucky. Unlucky spawn. Especially if the enemies are fast, you want to get one hit, maybe going for the first part of the second combo, and then just stop. You see, like right there, if I had went for a second one, I would have gotten hit. Right there, I got lucky because I have dodge. Okay, so this is useless to me. I need to remember. So I low-key am forgetting. But yeah. Eesh. That's bad. I didn't think they would hit me right there. Spread the radiation. Unlucky that that's a radiation nymph. That was really bad getting hit twice. In that one room. Oh, it was over there. Tripping. Now we're hoping here for a better melee. We don't build up enough energy with this. Okay, this is good. Now the next time we can go for an ability. This is the Guardian room. Should be easy if he goes for another hit right here. I think he should be dead off this, yeah. Just grab this already. Yeah, I mean it's tough, no health. I'm not like I'm like thinking about it because there's no way for you to get your health back. Like there is, but there isn't. And we are getting an amazing build right now. Like this build with the level 1 hemo that I would have had would have gone crazy. Now we have these. Nice. Was that an unlucky spawn? It might have been. Let's see what we got here. Perfect dodge. Okay, this is perfect. I'd probably want to put cryo down there, but this is fine too. Woo! Almost died. Should kill. Yep. Got a really strong build right now. He would have blocked it anyways though. Okay, so we want that energy team. Oh, he almost hit me, Guardian. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, the build really strong. It's when I get these types of builds where I'm like, fuck, dude. Maybe I should just I should just get hemo, bro. Fuck it. Wow. Okay. Guardian shouldn't be too hard. Good. Nice block by him. Can't go in for that. He's too close to the other one. If we get a front flip though, I should be able to go in for it. That's not a front flip. Give me a front flip. There it is. Okay, we didn't go into it because this guy would have hit me. Nice. And you're dead. Nice. Okay. We do want an ability here. Let's see what we got. Bio Smasher. We got mitochondria. Pick this up. I don't know why I did that, dude. That shit could fuck me over. It could be GG right here.
One down.
Oh no. Thank you for breaking. We have to use this. Yeah, that MMO I was talking about earlier, Apogia, it's pretty good. There was these dudes that I met in there. There was like a guy speaking Spanish, and like there was no one else respond. Like for some reason, like I don't know, he just picked me out, and he just decided I'm gonna talk Spanish to this guy. And normally I don't really see a lot of people speaking Spanish in that server, but because of where I am, it makes sense that like around where I am, like Mexico, they'd be there. And so I started talking. I started helping him out. Like I was pretty new to the game, but he was way newer. And then some other guy sees that we're speaking Spanish, and then he joins up, and then we just start like this little group, and and we go like and try to do like like this one quest where you basically have to get to like it. Basically, what the quest is the one of like the knights need the blacksmith to make weapons for the army or whatever, and then so they send you on a mission to go talk to these people to help you do that mission. And so what ends up happening is when you get to the next, like you get to the person that they tell you to talk to, but then that person says, "Oh, I need this person." So then you have to go to the other person and the other person. So eventually it becomes a line. But eventually you get to this one guy who tells you he needs to find his pet rat. And the rat serves as like it's like a vehicle. It's like a wagon. He uses it to drive or like a horse, I guess. They use the rats to bring like the supplies and stuff. And then so I was showing these guys this mission because I thought it was easy. I told them to get it, and then like we could just go do it real quick because I thought it was really easy. And so we go, and it turns out because I had been playing like maybe in the first 3 days the game had come out, there was other players clearing all the enemies, so it seemed easy to me because all of the hard enemies weren't there. And then so I go with these guys, and I'm like, all right, just follow me. And we go up this ladder, and then there's just this thing called like a plea, and the dude's just waiting for us, and I just die, and then the lowest level guy, like for some reason our tank he ran away, like he ran forward, and then the lowest level dude he ran, but he was just stuck somewhere, and we were all just dead, and then like, and then I just get a message, and he's like he's talking about like he's scared and shit, and I was like the highest level out of him. If I was dead, I was like, dude, those fuckers are dead. And then so the tank eventually messages me. He's like, bro, I died. And it was really cool. It was really fun to experience. Um, because especially in that game, when you die, you lose XP. So if like oh, dude, that's unfortunate. So if you're like
Good.
if you let's say you just leveled up, let's say you go from level 7 to level 8 and you just leveled up. If you die, you get deranked or yeah. What's the word for that? Unleveled up? De-leveled? I think it's de-leveled. And when that happens, you lose 3 stat points. But the way it works is it takes away 3 random stats, but when you level up, you get those 3 stat points back. So if you lose stat points in places that like you didn't want, then you can just put them back. As long as you remember which ones were the ones that got lessened. And like I just kept dying. Like I think we tried one more time, but that shit was just too crazy. Because the enemies are really, really strong. And if, like, let's say you go up a ladder, if you get hit, you can't go back down. They have, like, that sort of, like, mob grab thing. Or, like PvP lock, I guess. Or I guess in this case it would be PvE, because it's not like it's a player. But yeah. That game's really fun, though. It's really hard. You're like, wait, is that game? No, I was thinking right for a second. I was gonna say like your weapons lose durability when you lose, but no, that's no rest for the wicked. But yeah, Pogia, and then like the higher level you are, the more XP you lose. So like, there was this Nothing to do with the guys that I was playing with. That was just I was like just adventuring throughout the world, and then I found like this really high leveled place where there's like these goblins and big rats. And like, dude, if you're under leveled in that game, it's like hard to cheese like the hard enemies because they like not only are they strong but they're fast. So if you aggro them, there's a certain distance where they stop aggro. But it's really like hard to get there before you die. And the enemies are like there's very few enemies that are strong and slow. Most of them are strong and fast. So you need like a fast way to heal. And like the only way to heal in that game is by eating. Like you have to be your hunger has to be full. And then like your whatever your regen stats are, that's what. Oh dude, I should have kept my. Oh. Should have kept my. Oh dude, there's a dupe guy. Oh, there's two of them. And whatever your regen stats are is what you regen. There's also like a spell for healing. And then your mana pool, dude. Your mana pool is so small in that game. And so if you don't regen your mana fast, you can like you can die so quick. If that's if the spell is the only way for you to heal. Yeah, that shit is crazy. It's really hard. I think it might be the hardest MMO that I've ever played. But I haven't played like a lot of MMOs though. So but yeah, the crafting system in that game is also pretty brutal. Oh my god, I got the fucking I thought I killed them all, dude. Um so you can like you can make food in that game and then you can also upgrade your weapons. And so the way it works is if you want to let's say food, the only recipe that I really know how to make is grilled cheese in that game. And the way you do it is you put the bread on the floor and then you put cheese right on top of it, like you drag it. Now the thing with it is if there's a player nearby, they can just grab it. Like, but there is like they have to be pretty close though. So even if they're close, it doesn't really matter. Like they have to be like basically right on it to do that. To like actually grab it from you. Um but yeah, but like you have to like it's not like a crafting menu that pops up. It's you putting down the stuff and then it does it. And then you have to pick it back up, which is crazy. And the same thing with like, but there's like designate like there's a place you could go that's made for like cooking stuff. And then you'll get like a little it's like a square that makes it so no one else can get in there and get close enough to grab the stuff you're making. There's also like a smithing place where you can upgrade your items, and that shit is crazy because it's really like you have to have two of the same item. Oh shit! You see, I wasn't expecting this. 'Cause as soon as I saw the thing wasn't breaking, when I got close to it, it was over. But you have to get two of the same quality of item, and then you also need an ingot to go with it. And like the thing, it's crazy because you don't know what your chance is. Like, there's nothing you can do to increase your chance of success Like I don't know if the game tells you or not actually, but yeah, that shit is crazy. So like let's say for me, because I chose like a mage. It's usually what I go in in MMOs or like RPGs like that. So I always think mages are cool. And so I went mage, but what I didn't know is that the items for mages are expensive, and it's not like so like when you start the game, you're basically like you're like a base. You have no class pretty much, and to get a class, you have to spend 100 gold to choose a class. Like, but you have to find the NPC that gives you that class to even like spend the money to get the class. And and so what I didn't know is that the items for a mage are so like I thought when I chose the class, when I spent the money, I would get like starter gear, right? Because you know like that's like normal shit in the MMO. But fuck no, bro. Oh, dude, that dodge was. Oh, if I didn't have my, I just realized I remember that I have a +2 velocity. If I didn't have that, it was over. Um, but but yeah, you know, like in most MMOs, when you choose a class, they'll give you like starter gear and shit, right? In that, in Apogee, they do not. Like you can find where you're supposed to. They don't tell you where to buy this shit either. Like there's like a marketplace, and then like obviously you go and then you get it, but they don't tell you. Like that game has very like minimal guidance. Like even on quests, they'll they'll like show you where you're supposed to go, right? Like on the map. But even if you were to go direct, like there's like a box and then it'll describe the quest, right? Like a marker. But the marker doesn't go exactly where the NPC is. It's like it's like the NPC is in that area. And then like that's all you have to go off of. It's like good luck. Like that's all you get, bro. And that shit is crazy. But yeah. So like basically the stuff for mages, like let's say like I wanted to buy like a staff, right? That shit was 200 gold. And then for like a knight or something, the sword was like 45 gold. For like a archer to buy a bow, it was like 75 gold. And it's just like, bro, holy shit. And then that's when I found out, oh, dude, I shouldn't have gotten hit already. But this floor is actually like one that I'm most worried about, because unless you get like an armor breaking weapon right away, this will take you a little bit. Even with like oh, it's a humo. Um Even with like a K9, even if it does a lot of damage. But yeah, so basically I chose I think the most expensive class in the game, bro. And then so a lot of my like early hours was just killing rats for money. Oh, that was crazy. Yeah, it was just like because what you're supposed to do is what like level up more. Because the way classes work, so when you choose a class, it doesn't mean that you like if I choose a mage, it doesn't mean that I can't use bows. It doesn't mean that I can't use daggers. It doesn't mean that I can't use swords or anything like that. Now, if it was like that, then they should give me a fucking starter weapon, but it's not like that. So what I found out was what you're supposed to do is just level up and then choose your class like at a certain level. But like the game doesn't tell you that. So that's basically just player advice that's telling you that. And because the way classes work, so like as I mentioned, it doesn't strap you to a certain weapon. all it does is give you specific bonuses on certain stats. So for example, like magic, I get like plus 200% on this, or like plus 150% on this stat increase, and like that's it. That's all it is. It's just a stat. It's just a stat boost. But like, because I went in like not knowing anything, 'cause, you know, it's always fun to figure shit out for yourself. Um, at least for me it is. I need to be careful with this guy. So I like, yeah, like I didn't know that was like what you're supposed to do. It wasn't until like my second day in that I joined the Discord. But even then, I don't really go in there to look for tips or anything. Sometimes I'm like, oh, like I just look at like what people are saying, like sometimes I was curious about how people felt about the mage, and then so I go and look at the mage, and there's just people complaining that it's like like the worst class to pick, and I'm like, damn, bro. I'm like, GG, bro. And like the thing is you can't switch your class. Like once you choose it, you're locked in. But like I didn't know that. Okay, I did know that because it tells you that you're locked in. But like I didn't know that mage was like that, bro. Oh my god, this guy's quick, bro. I didn't know that mage was like that, dude. Like I had no knowledge of it, bro. No one told me. I didn't look it up. I should have looked. You see, I should have looked like at the prices, but the thing is when you're brand new to the game, you don't know what to look at. So it's just like, damn, dude. Like when that shit happened, I'm like, damn, maybe I should have I should have looked on Discord or some shit. And so I was like, I was low-key sad, bro, because it felt really bad to play. Um, it was still pretty fun, don't get me wrong, but it was like, dude, I have to grind this shit just to get the staff, just so I could do something. And then once I got the staff, it's not like I was doing crazy damage, and it's like, dude, I spent 200 gold on this, but I'm not doing damage? That's crazy. And like the way it works is you get like a trait tree, right? Which is basically just like a skill tree. And I was like, you get trait. I think you get trait points every 2 levels, I think, or something like that. And so because I knew I was gonna go mage, right? I was like, oh, okay. There's like a magical orb you can have. I'm gonna put some points. I'm gonna put a point in there. I know I'm gonna go for the staff. That's what I'm gonna buy. So I'm gonna put some points in there. And so because of that, I just looked at that and I didn't look at anything else, right? Which is my mistake. I should look at everything else. And then so when you choose your class, because like the game, okay, the game is nice for, to be honest. Like as it feels like pretty hardcore, but this was nice. They give you one free reset. Like you get to reset like the stat points you allocated. And then they also give you one free reset on your talent tree. And then so I used the stat one, right? Cuz I was like, "Oh, I didn't really put my stuff for magic." And so I switched it. But the talent tree, like my talent tree, the way I had it was basically useless until I got a staff. And then so after I get the staff, right, I'm like, oh, maybe I'll get a magical orb, right? Because that shit is part of the talent tree. Dude, the orb was fucking 500 gold, bro. 500 gold. That shit was crazy. I was like, dude, I fucked up choosing this class, bro. I fucked up. I was like, this shit is so expensive, man. And then so basically, like, I wasn't leveling up quick by any means. So that like that orb tree that I spent a point on, it was just I just wasted it pretty much. And so that's when I like that's when I went and read. And like the thing about using magic as well. So like as I mentioned before, you start with like a small mana pool, maybe of like 35 mana. Every time you like, and I did upgrade it a little bit, like don't get me wrong, I was probably like at 55 or 45. But every time you shoot, like you use your staff, you spend 1 mana. And let me tell you, bro, the enemies do not go down in like 2 or 3 shots. It's like 5 or 6, and you do not get that mana back unless you're full on like you're not hungry. And so I was spending a lot of the game like if I didn't have food, I would basically run out of charges to use my staff. And that shit is like, oh dude, this hyper armor like crazy. But yeah, so that shit was brutal, bro. And then like you can buy food, but that shit is like it's like 6 gold for like a piece of bread, right? And the piece of bread will keep you full for like 2 minutes. That should keep you full for 2 minutes, bro. And then there's like cheese that you could buy. Oh no, you can't, but you can't buy cheese. Cheese you can only get from the rats. They drop it, but they don't always drop it, dude. And then like, so I didn't learn how to make a grilled cheese till way later. And the grilled cheese, you combine both of them, but you still have to get the bread. And the bread, dude, you get that shit from bandits, and the bandits are way stronger than like anything you can fight in the very beginning of the game. Like it's definitely like a you have to level up before you fight them type of thing. This run is kind of fucked. And then so yeah, so like a lot of the times I'd run out of mana, bro. And then like I'm still taking like as a wizard, bro, you can't even like put on a shield, dude. So you're getting hit, and that's it. And so eventually, like after struggling for so long, I buy I get the staff. Then I'm like, all right, I want to buy a orb. But then I also I go and look at my talent tree, right? Because I'm like, well, I don't have the orb yet. I'm gonna just take that shit off. I'm gonna reset my talent tree, and then I'm gonna allocate the points into something else that's way better. And then so that's what I do pretty much. And I put in like a lot of it into the staff. Because the staff has a attribute where, or not, a talent tree skill where you have like a chance for your mana to get replenished. And then so I was like, oh okay, so I'll get that. And then I looked at this other tree, right? And it was the gloves tree. And the way gloves work in that game is they pretty much serve as like another, like they take place of a weapon slot. Like if you could have a weapon, they'll take that place. But like you could have two things on. You could have like if you had a sword, you could have a shield. If you have a sword, you could have a dagger. Um, but obviously with the staff, I can't have a. I could have a dagger actually, but I didn't know that till way later. And like the way, honestly, that game is so cool. But the way they work is like, if an item, let's say like a dagger, it gives you +5 damage, and it gives you like +2 attack speed or something like that. When you equip it, it's not just the dagger that gets the that bonus. It's like all of your weapon. So like if let's say like I have a dagger and I'm using a staff, my staff will do +5 damage and it'll have +2 attack speed. And like it just, and even though the weapon is in the offhand. But yeah. And then so I look at the gloves tree, right? I fucking died, I knew it. That was a bad run. So I look at the gloves tree, and I see that the second node, it says like when using gloves, like on hit, like you get a chance of regenerating 3 mana every hit that you make. So like if I hit someone with like my staff, like I shoot them with like a magic, my magic from my staff, right? I have a chance. It was like a 35, like the base is like 35% chance to regen 3 mana, and I was like, bro, that shit is crazy. But it's only while you're using gloves. Excuse me. It's only while you're using gloves, dude. And then so I was like, you know what? Gloves also give you like, there's like a stat called ability, and basically what it does is it increases the minimum amount of damage that you can put out. Or at least that's my understanding of it. So the higher your ability stat is, then the higher your minimum damage is. And I was like, well, it's pretty good. There was also, I think that it also gives like +1 health regen or something like that. Well, I was like, you know, that's pretty good. I wouldn't mind equipping it. And then so that's what I started doing, and obviously it got better. But like the thing that I was still struggling with was fucking getting health. That was like one thing, like having food and getting health, because it takes so long. Like even when you're full, you can have a, so like let's say I ate a grilled cheese, right? I'll get like, it'll say like +10% HP regen, +7% mana regen, right? But you only start regenning, like you only regen every 15 seconds. So it's technically less. It's like it's like four ticks every minute, I guess. Something like that. Every minute that you have it up. So unless like your HP regen or mana regen is like crazy high, then it's not like crazy, it's not like amazing how much health you're getting back. And if you're, let's say like you're full and you're still fighting, like you could still die, dude. Like that shit doesn't save you.
I have no energy.
But yeah, so then I eventually I get that, I get that part of the talent tree, right? And then I look at the next node up, and it says, it's part of the glove tree, and it says gain +4 true damage on every hit. And I was like, holy fucking shit, bro. I was like, dude, this means that no matter what, like I'm always doing like on top of like ignoring my ability stat point, right? I'm basically getting 4 damage guaranteed plus the already guaranteed damage from the ability. And that shit was like that node, I was like, dude, this shit is crazy, bro. I was like, bro. I wish I knew about this shit sooner. This shit is OP. So I go for it and I get it, and now I'm killing shit way quicker. It's not amazing enough to kill like the really hard shit, but it's like I'm killing rats quicker, I'm getting my cheese quicker, I'm getting food quicker because of that, and I actually have a chance of killing the bandits that drop the bread, and then I'm getting my fucking grilled cheese, bro. Shit felt good, bro. Shit felt good. And like, and then after that was like good. And then I was getting a lot of money. I still wanted to grind for like the orb. I'd say Humo. I still wanted to grind for the orb, which is 500 gold. So that's what I was saving up for pretty much. And then I was buying like bread every so often, because I would have the cheese, right? So I can make the grilled cheese, but I wouldn't have the bread because you have to kill, like I said, the bandits, which are really hard to kill at my level at least, or at my level at the time. Now I could kill them pretty easily. Um, and so there was like a while where I just stayed there grinding. I was just getting money. I found that I could kill skeletons pretty easily as well, so I started doing that. Um, and yeah, and then eventually I get the orb, and then I see the stats of the orb, and it's like +2 mana regen, plus 3 magic or something like that. And I was like, in my head, I was like, bro, this shit is ass. I was like, GG, man. I was like, G fucking G. Cause here's the thing. It's good, but it would take the place of my gloves, right? And the gloves give me +4 true damage. And the gloves give me they would also give me like the chance on every hit to gain back mana regen. And I was like, bro, I just grinded all this fucking money just for an orb, bro. Just I was like fuck, bro, I wasted my money. I was sad, bro. I was like, dude, I should have looked it up. That's what I was saying to myself. And then so then I start going around farming again, right? This time I was just farming for XP. Cause I was like, you know what? I could probably make myself stronger, and then like then it'll make it worth it, right? So I go around, there's some people, I'm playing with them, like we're clearing shit out, waiting for shit to respawn, killing it. And then uh and then that's when I go by, like bringing it back to what I was talking about earlier, because I think I mentioned it, but I think I also just was all over the place. Damn, he has fucking head armor. Yeah, but eventually I get to this high level area that has big rats as well as goblins. And then there's this player there. And I'm just like looking around, right? Cuz like I want to know like what's here. And it's like a fortress. And so I go and I'm looking, and like I'm going around, I'm following this player cuz they're like clearing it out really fast. So I want to be able, like I'm basically leeching off of them. Like I'm gaining XP from the kills, and then they're also like there to like save me if I'm fucking getting owned or whatever. And they're also there to take aggro from the enemies. And then I go, and then eventually the player invites me. Their name was Sybil or something like that, Sibyl, and they invite me to the party, and then they just say like follow me. And then so I'm just following them, and we're just clearing shit out. I'm getting a lot of XP. And then like while I'm playing with them, right? I'm like swapping. Like I'm like, dude, I really want the true damage from the gloves, but I really want the mana regen from the orb. So I'm like swapping my offhand. I still have the staff. It's still on my it's still the weapon that I'm using. and I'm just swapping between them. And then I realized, I was like, wait, hold on. Let me see my damage without the glove and with the glove. Then I look at my damage and I'm like, dude, I have +4 true damage even without the glove. And then so I go and look at the tree, right? And I'm looking at it and it just says, so like it was the glove tree, right? So I had assumed that that just meant that like all of the nodes on that tree, it only matters like if you have like you have to have gloves to activate any of those things, right? That's what I thought. That was my thought process. Because it made sense, right? Like if it's in that tree, then it makes sense. Like that you would have to have that item on. But it turns out, so like the other nodes, it would say like while using gloves, you get this. That node specifically just says on hit you get +4 true damage. And I was like, holy shit, dude. I was like, you don't even have to have a glove on and you get it. So then from then on, I just had the orb on because there was no like, sure the gloves give me +2 ability, which again, as I mentioned, it increases like your minimum damage. But like the orb gave me +2 magic, which increases my damage with my staff, and it gives me +2 mana regen. And so I just keep the orb on now because I found that out. And like that shit was crazy, dude. Because if I would have never like found that out, I would have just been swapping weapons the whole fucking time. And then so I found that out while I was playing with that player that I was talking about that I was just leeching off of pretty much. And then eventually they said like I said I'm running out of food. I tell them because like we're clearing them and like we're doing it quickly because they're I don't know what level their character. There's a way to look at characters' levels, but I don't fucking know how to do it. And they were clearing it out quickly. Like they were doing this route without me. They didn't. In no way did they need me. They just like they saw that I was there. They saw that I was a noob, and they just invited me. And that shit was cool.
No energy.
And they were just helping me out just to help me.
Enemy neutralized. One down.
And so I'm like, hey, I'm like, dude, I'm losing. I'm out of food. And really, all I wanted was the cheese. Like, I was honestly really just asking for cheese, but they ended up giving me like this crazy bowl thing. And it gives you like, there was so many stat boosts, it gives you like plus fucking 2 magic, plus 20% health regen, plus whatever magic regen. Or not magic regen, mana regen. And I was like, oh, damn, bro. That's actually crazy. But they gave that shit to me, bro, and I was like, damn. And then so then they're like, you know what, let's go back into town, follow me. And then so then they go and they're like, and I'm just following, like I'm legit like their dog. I'm just following them. And then they tell me they're like, hold this for me. And I was like, alright. And they just like giving me a bunch of food to hold. And then they're like, "Oh, I'm just giving it to you so because I'm about to craft a lot of food and I need you to hold." So I was basically like a pack mule for them. And I was like, "Fuck it, dude. Like I don't care. If you're giving me food, like I'll do whatever you want." And yeah, and then so eventually she gives me like a lot of this OP food, and we're just there grinding levels for like an hour maybe. And then there was this one point, there was a couple points actually, but like for whatever reason the mobs kept aggroing on me, and because of that, like I would have to start running, and then there was like, but then I would die. There was twice that I died. Um, and they would be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And I was like, they're like, "Yeah, next time just run." And I was like, "Okay." And so I would run, but I guess I would run the wrong way. And then they told me they were like they're like, "Oh, use the rope next time." And then I was like, "Okay." So then another time happened where we were farming, and then for whatever reason, like it just gets fucked up, man. Like the enemies just start attack. They just target me, bro. I don't even know why. Cause they all attack the characters, the enemies first, and it'll still happen. Like they'll still aggro on me, and they're higher level than me. I'm like, damn, does this game have like an anti fucking carry thing, like an anti carry mechanic? But yeah. So I died a couple times, and it was really unfortunate because we had been grinding for a bit, and then like I mentioned before, when you lose XP in that game, you lose like a fuck ton. And so eventually, what happens is the route we were taking is like you can aggro this really strong. They were called like orcs. I forgot specific. They were orcs, but their names weren't just orcs. It was like orc something or something orc. But they were really OP, and there was like this forest that we would cross every time. Like we would basically do circles in the area. And there was this forest that we would pass every single time. And to the left of the forest is the fort that we were farming, right? To the right of it was like another area. Oh my god, I almost got hit right there. Was another area with with orcs in there, like a fuck ton. And then so one of my first few times running the route with her, they were like they're like, "Oh, don't get too close to the right, because then you'll aggro an orc if there's three of them, and then they'll come down, and then like, they'll basically be there like the whole time until like you aggro them in such a way where they like run away." And then so that happened a couple times. I not that I aggroed it, but like other players like would also come through there, and because they might not know, or maybe they did know, or maybe they were fighting it, but they would aggro the orc. Let's kill that guy. And then so a couple times we would have like orcs there. Damn. Unlucky hit. Oh my god, unlucky hit times 2. And a couple times we would have orcs there. And then the first time there was like another like a OP player. I don't even know what level he was, but he was just tanking everything, bro. Dude, that ledge grab actually saved me. He was just taking every fucking thing. He didn't even have like weapons. All he had was like fists. It was crazy. And then so he does it, he clears it, right? And then it's fine. It's fine. Nothing really bad happens, and we keep on farming. The second time, the person I was with, Sybil, they're like stay here, and I was like, all right, because the orc came down, and so I'm just waiting there, and like keep in mind again, Sybil is way higher level than me. Like I don't know how much, but they were clearing the enemies so like way easier than I was, and they would basically not die or like barely lose health. And so eventually they drag away the orc, right? They aggro him away so that he doesn't like mess with the root. But they I don't know how they messed up, but they fuck it up. Oh my god. Good thing I dodged. But they fuck it up. And then so I'm low-key watching them from far away, because they like run to the edge where I can't see them, but then they run back in, but it's like an elevated part of the map, but I can see them. And then I just see them like I see that they're low as fuck, like super low, bro. Like they were basically gonna die. And then uh like there's like a part where you're supposed to take a rope, right? And like as I mentioned before, you can't take a rope if you're like if there's an enemy aggroed on you. I think you're like combat locked for like 10 seconds or something, like maybe 5 seconds. I don't think it's anything crazy. Actually, it might be 10. And then I get a message from them, a private like I don't know what happened. I just see that she's low as fuck, and then that's it, right? And I get a message, and it's just like them spamming their keyboard, just pressing any random fucking button. And then they're like, I died. And I was like, nah. I was like, dude, like, I'm so sorry. Like, I couldn't do shit for you. Like, that shit sucked, bro. I'm surprised this shit didn't hit me. Like, I felt so bad for them. And then they say, like, yeah, I lost 50% of my XP. And I was like, dude, and like, like it's like how any other game is, where the higher level you are, the more XP you need. So I couldn't even imagine how much it was, especially at her level. Like that shit was crazy. Finally, we beat that guy. But yeah, and then after that, they were like, "All right, I'm done." Yeah, I think it's time for me to go to sleep. And they basically said like they lost like all the XP that they were grinding. And I'm laughing, but like, it's just like, damn, bro. That shit is tragic, bro. Like, I died a couple times farming, but like, my shit is like, it's still a lot, don't get me wrong. But I can't even imagine how much they lost. Like, in terms of like number, they said like half their XP, but like, I'm saying like the number, because half half of 10 XP is 5, right? But if you go like, if you need 10k to level up, then it's 5k XP. That shit is a lot. That shit is a lot, especially depending on where you're grinding. And like the enemies we were beating, they were dropping good amount of XP. So if it takes her forever to level up, is gonna be a lot, man. It's gonna be her level's gonna be a lot. Or like, yeah, like yeah. Then yeah, then they logged off, and then back to solo grinding. I was,
Enemy neutralized.
and then I died too. But I didn't lose the level that I gained while I was playing with them. I leveled up like like twice with them. Keep in mind, I'm only level 10, bro. Like that's only level 10. And like it's crazy how much you have to do to level up. Cause you can just fight rats forever, bro, but that shit'll take forever. And then so if you want to get more XP, then you go to the next series, but there's also the risk of just losing all your XP. And this is hard to fight when you don't have good melee. Or like good mutations. There we go. Got my. We're hoping for a good melee right here. But yeah, that's basically most of my exploits on that game. Like, I like my adventures so far. I did play with those dudes that spoke Spanish. Um, I only played with one of them. And we were like farming bandits. And yeah, but the other dude wasn't on. And it's like, us as a collective, it's like really fun when all three of us are on. But yeah. Wow, that shit was fun. That game's fun. Damn, bro. I was hoping for a melee weapon and not giving me one. It's not looking good. Let's put this on. Let's also put this on. And let's throw this one on too. Dude. It's so annoying, bro. So annoying because I thought I was close enough to it. They're like, it's like the trajectory is different. No, I vaulted. Oh, I fucked up, bro. Now I have to. I lost my health and I have to go again. I have to take this because I lost. Because I vaulted. Oh, because I jumped up. Oh, but look, velocity. Yeah, the game's fun. It's a playtest out right now. Not sponsored, obviously. Wow.
One down.
Yeah, I can't wait for that game that I'm dead. Never mind, I got lucky. Can't wait for that game to come out. Should be fun. It completely comes out. It's supposed to be, when I look at the Steam page, it says, and it feels that way too, that they start to be completely like free to play. Obviously, besides like, I think they are gonna have like a member, like a, is it a membership? I don't know if they'll have a subscription. I think it is a subscription though, but I think it'll also just be for like more bank slots or whatever. Fuck, man.
I have no energy.
Dude, that shit, I knew it, bro. Why doesn't it activate? That's the snakes, bro. Alright, we'll do one more. One more I actually locked in. Other ones, these ones I was just talking the whole time. Let me put on some music. One locked in run. Oh, look, Alvaro's live. Alright, let's restart. We're actually restarting this one. This is the first time I've ever done that, but I think that's fair. My mind got completely. Oh, dude, did it reset to regular Otus? Invisible wall? Question mark?
Good.
See, but that could have been the run of my life too. We'll see. We'll see if it resets to regular Otus. Yeah, I did. No, also, let me swap completely to June. Let me try June. I was telling that guy that June should be good with this challenge. And then I know it doesn't make sense off like just looking at it. Cause she has like a bonus to Hemo. So like it doesn't really like on paper at least it doesn't look like it makes sense. But I personally think that it does just because of her neutrality to other mutations. That other like her neutrality to other useful mutations and that her negative affinities aren't that bad in terms of like survivability. Like I could technically still get my Precisely build on this. It's just like I just don't have the +2 bonus. And that's it. But I technically like I'm neutral to Precisely. Slow ass fucking enemy. And so that's the kind of the logic that I'm using. I think I'm also neutral to Metaptanos. Yeah. I think I'm -1 energy teen. -1. What's my other one? Probably -2 actually. -2. I don't know. Gamma mitochondria though. I forgot what it is. I like how the tattoo shows off a little more on Jun. It's on her leg. I think it's on. No, is it on Chris's leg as well? Unlucky Hemo. Okay, this one I need to be careful. This is one that's like, it's very easy. You know, let me do this. That was close. Wow, he's not getting staggered. Oh, no, no. I think, never mind. Oh, yeah, +2 velocity. Um, +1 hemo, right? +1 radio sign. Nice backstab. See, this will be good early. I just realized I haven't had a shield weapon all of these runs, huh? Biosword now, though. Alvaro started streaming, but I wonder what he's playing. If he's doing Otus or not. Alright, I'm picking up my... I'll open it after this. No, no, no. So I love you. Oh yeah, also speaking of Alvaro, you're saying I got some beef with him. Nah, just playing. He was talking about how he's in above scallops, like a little more, because he says he wants the biohack, like the weapons that cause a similar amount of biohack. He wants them to all like for it to be like a hard choice. Like you have to really think about it between them. And he said that he was thinking of buffing scallops because when he sees scallops, he feels that like he'll choose a biosword over scallops. I'm pretty sure that's what he said. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what the fuck, dude? I was like, I don't choose biosword over scallops. Or maybe he meant it the other way. But that's crazy if dude I got hit. These guys are fucking me up with low energy. If he means it the other way, then yeah, that makes sense. But no, he said buff scallops. In my head, I was like, dude, I would not choose biosword over scallops. I mean, fuck it, they'll buff it. Hey, you know what? Sometimes you just gotta let shit happen. We started off really good, but those fucking slammers, man. It's like they were juiced up. They were even quicker than. Probably because I'm not used to parrying. And you remember the mitochondria? I think this room's spear. Yeah. See, did we got unlucky? It's okay. The beauty about this build is that we actually kill them quick. Now, honestly, now that I think about that, Metaptano should have been on. Oh, almost lost health for no reason. Perfect. You see, 4, bro. It's not a negative. It's still good. This is actually a crazy build, though. And then he also buffed, not buffed, he nerfed Glimene. And as I mentioned before, I didn't really have trouble with them before. So, ultimately it means even easier now. Oh, it actually didn't hit the... Boom. Nice. Yeah, that shit's good. Mitochondria. A really good build, by the way. It's gonna be a shame that I can't use. It's gonna be a shame when I die with no health. No hemo available. Have I even gotten a hemo? I think I got one in the very, very beginning. The very first mutation build, I think. Wow, I got really unlucky with the... Bro. Oh, man. I wish I could practice that. That's so frustrating, bro. Can you... Yeah, you can. You can. 100% you can. At least I hope. It's crazy that I have a level 2 though, and I was fucking up the... I was still missing the parries. Septum. I don't think I slotted in. At least not until I get another Metaptanos. Oh my god, bro. Phew. Just put it here. Fuck it. Maybe I should have put it on range though. Let's do this. Fuck it. We only have 2 health, bro. We need every bonus. I would love. Oh no, we do have an energy thing. Scallops. Thinking. Oh, the classic scallops over biosword. But I look, you want the septum. I know septum. I think my biosword's good enough. I was just talking about how I would never choose. But there was another option there, which is why I chose. Oh, finally hit 20. I would love that RNA that increases damage depending on health. Okay. Not what I was looking for, but we'll put it on core. Excuse me, ranged. But I remember I still have my mitochondria. The beauty about mitochondria. Oh my god, man. This guy, he just slid over the fucking. He slid over that shit. Dude, alright. What was that bullshit? I saw that shit, man? Oh, this is -2. That's fine. You see how it like just edges? Like it's like around, bro. It's such a shame that I got hit right there, though. Probably cooked. Yeah. I lost. I shouldn't have jumped and dashed. Alright, well, we'll end it there. First couple of runs. Honestly, if I would have been practicing more on regular Otus, because I don't think I've played since the last time I uploaded. I probably would have done better. That's alright. We'll get them next time. Thank you everyone who watched. Stop by and watch. I appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, rest of your night, wherever you are. Bye bye.